Thank you very much. The next piece we're going to play is called Concerto for Percussion Section and Band. So in the notes for this piece, it talks about the difficulty of featuring percussion sometimes with concert band because the setup to have the soloist or the section come up front, it takes too much time and it's kind of a hassle. So this piece was written specifically for this purpose of featuring our percussion section, but from the back of the band. And it's been pretty fun to prepare. For those of you who don't know, we have a percussion ensemble that meets separate from our concert bands. So before every concert, we're trying to find time to get together and put all these pieces of music together. That's the challenge of percussion ensemble. The benefit of percussion ensemble is that it allows us to do all kinds of percussion-specific music. And things have gone quite well, I think, for percussion ensemble this year. And so I thought for this last concert, in addition to playing a piece just by themselves, let's put them kind of front and center from the back and feature them on a piece. So that's what we decided to do. Concerto for Percussion Section and Band by Jared Spears. How about another round of applause for our percussion section? You're going to hear tonight several pieces that feature different instruments in the band. And the first piece that is going to feature a soloist is actually one of our coaches. And I think this is really important. You know, we have a great community, great parent group who works really hard on fundraising. And we had a very successful fundraiser in, I think it was November, December, a Snap Raise fundraiser. And this opened up lots of possibilities for coaches to come into the concert band program. And I was really happy that I found some people who I think are exceptional teachers and exceptional musicians. And so we're going to allow you to meet one tonight, you know? And I think that that's important because kids maybe talk about or, you know, see these people around, but you don't really know who they are, and you don't get to interact. So we're featuring a trumpet soloist on this next piece. The piece is called Trumpeter's Lullaby, and our coach and guest soloist is George Stewart. Would you welcome him to the stage, please? George Stewart. George Stewart, everybody. George Stewart. Yeah. One of the things, you know, for those those of you who are parents or closely connected to the community, we've experienced these cuts, you know. And it throws you into a state of reflection and defense of the program. And one of the things that I think people don't realize is exactly this. How often in music we connect with professionals in the community. They come in, they work with us, they perform with us, and they become mentors, not just in music, but in life. And I feel really, really proud of being able to do that. I listed all of the coaches that we've had consistently this year in the back of the program, if you want to take a look at that, with the exception of one person, David Solomon, who was our percussion coach, who's going to be here. He was coming a little late, maybe, I don't know if he's here yet, but we are actually performing one of his compositions tonight that he rewrote for our percussion ensemble here. Another thing that I think is kind of missed on people is the traveling that we do. And the many places we've been over the years at Mountlake Terrace. Even just this year, we went to Disneyland, we went to Moscow, Idaho, we went to Bellingham, we went to the University of Washington, we went to Chicago. And so we're getting kids out of this area to experience a different part of the world, a different part of the country, and I think that that's really valuable. And the third part, I think, is getting them to university campuses. So we were at the University of Idaho, we were at Western, we were at the University of Washington, we went to DePaul University when we were in Chicago, and this is a consistent thing every year, and I think it's really powerful, you know, to be connected with adults who are not their parents, who can be mentors in other ways, to get them into different cities and traveling, and to get them thinking about and experiencing what college campus is like. Whether they choose to go there or not is irrelevant. It's like, just see what it is and see what's out there. So we're going to do one more piece before Symphonic Band joins you in the audience, and this piece is called Amazonia, kind of honoring and thinking about the Amazon rainforest and the many, many different people who live there and continue to live there, kind of isolated from the rest of the world. This is Amazonia. You know, we had a meeting on, was that this week? Is it this week? Yeah, on Monday with the superintendent. Was kind enough to come and speak with us, with some parents from our school and some parents from Edmonds Woodway and from Linwood, and she brought 2 assistant superintendents and the director of student learning, and also Scott Barnes was there, and we're trying to pivot, you know, to like fight, we lost, obviously. And now let's be solutions oriented. What can we do as a community? And it just became kind of clear that I think the main thing we need to do is educate people about the power of music and what it means to us. We did a good job at the school board meetings, but I think it needs to be broader. I think we need to kind of really break it down for people. I think I certainly made assumptions, even at that meeting. I made the stupid remark that I don't think education at this point about the importance of music would make a difference. And that's true for next year, but that's not true moving forward. So whatever you can do to help kind of spread the word about what this does for your kids and the importance of it, I think is going to be really powerful moving forward. One of the things that it allows us to do, of course, is to all work as a group. Everything in music is a group project. In other subjects, we kind of force group projects. It's just the nature of what we do. And every person is really important all the time. Nobody sits on the bench, we're all contributors. Some people maybe have more advanced technique or something like that, but everybody has an artist in them, and we're trying to get that to come out through their instrument, trying to get better at the instrument so that they can really learn to self-express through sound, through this tool that we have, an instrument. And sometimes we get to feature some people in the band, like we're going to do with the next 2 pieces. So one of these people is a senior. This is Trevor Winkler, and yes, give it up for Trevor. And this was so great how this came about, because I had a few pieces that featured saxophone, and you know, we took a look at him, and he wasn't really that inspired by the pieces, and so he went and found a piece by himself, and he said, hey, do you think we could do this one? And I said, absolutely, let's do that. That's a beautiful piece. I wasn't familiar with it, and I think you're going to really enjoy hearing Trevor play. Trevor has been in band all 4 years and will be graduating this year. He has played tenor saxophone and bari saxophone, and this year has been primarily on bari sax. He's such a great band member because he'll just do whatever the band needs. You know, oh, bari, you need a bari player? Sure, I'll play bari. So it's really been wonderful having Trevor in the program. This is called The Last Rose of Summer. to be performed by one of our sophomores, actually, in the program, Katerina Moya. She plays the alto saxophone and joined us in the pit that we did, the pit orchestra that just, I think it was last weekend, we performed 4 shows for the Adams family. It was great to have her be a part of that, as well as chamber winds this year. And this piece is called Caprice for Saxophone. It's a little bit different. It's got, than that last piece, that piece is slow throughout. This starts a little bit more up-tempo, has a slow section, and then ends up-tempo. We hope you enjoy Katerina's interpretation of Caprice for Saxophone. piece is the piece that I referenced earlier. This is our percussion ensemble, and they're going to play an original composition that was written by our percussion coach, and I asked him if he had something that we could, bring to the percussion ensemble, so he kind of rewrote it for them, and it's really a beautiful piece. I can't ever remember how to pronounce it. That word in the program, it's an Icelandic word, and it means breath. So we hope you enjoy this piece that David Solomon wrote and arranged for our percussion ensemble. It looks like they're going to have just a minute more of setup, and then we'll let them go. Chamberwinds, if you want to turn around and watch, you can. Percussion Ensemble. David Solomon, composer, I think he's here. Right here. David Solomon. So now we'd like to invite everybody up, jazz kids and the symphonic band. We have one more piece that we're going to play all combined for you. And hopefully it won't take us too long. We may need to add a few chairs. So come on up. Well, we hope this works. Put together a little something, hopefully this you find special. I find it special. And there's a little dramatic flair. So we'll see if we can pull it off. Think good thoughts.
up and down the streets. Look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you will want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsie as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't. Because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly off. You'll be left in a lurch. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go, should you turn left or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite, or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker-upper to make up his mind. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack-and-cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up your problems whatever they are. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum, or Bixby, or Bray, or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way.
All right, so more of my voice. I like to do a year in review, just to remind people what we did this year. So, starting in September, actually before school started, we got together and did a football game, pep band started, we had a pizza party, we had jazz jam sessions, and we had a visit from Whitworth University. In October, we had a drumline event, we had homecoming, all Northwest auditions were due. We had a band parent night. Many of us went to a Count Basie concert. We had extra jazz ensemble 1 rehearsal. We had vocalist auditions. We had a jazz concert, and we had a football playoff game. This is like a brain dump, isn't it? In November, we had a band concert. We had a swing dance. We had a band retreat at Cedar Springs where everybody got sick. We had a visit from Pacific Jazz Ambassadors from California. We had a jazz workshop with Justin DeChocho, and we sold some poinsettias. In December, I think we did that snap race fundraiser. We did 2 tree lightings, Mountlake Terrace and Briar, a metal fundraiser, a jazz concert, Santa breakfast, set up an event, a band concert, and we started basketball pep band. In January, we continued the pep band. We had special all-band rehearsal. We had the quad concert rehearsal. We had a jazz workshop with Justin DeChocho. We had a Martin Luther King Day rehearsal for jazz, a jazz concert. or essentially Ellington audition was due, and we had the first of several improvisation workshops. February, we had solo and ensemble tea, solo and ensemble contest. We have a special chamber winds rehearsal, All Northwest. Gabby went to All Northwest. We had two students participate in solo and ensemble contest, Danny and Abby. You want to give them a round of applause? And Abby was first alternate to state, which is, second place, so that was pretty fantastic. We went to the University of Washington Band Festival with Chamber Winds. We had a band concert. In March, we went to the Western Washington University Band Festival. We had our mattress fundraiser. We organized and performed at the Snow King Festival. We had another improvisation workshop. Went to the Newport Jazz Festival, where both bands made the finals, and Jazz 1 was sweepstakes, I believe. That's right. Special Disneyland rehearsal and our Disney meeting. In April, we had another special Disneyland rehearsal, and we went to Disneyland. We started the musical rehearsals, and then our advocacy began. We had a special meeting with Mr. Schellenberg here in our theater. We attended many school board meetings. We wrote letters and emails. We went to the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival, where Jazz Ensemble 2 won their division. And we had our quad concert. In May, we went to Chicago. We played at the Edmonds Jazz Connection, and we had our Performing Arts Showcase in the band room. In June, we have our end of the year jazz concert a couple weeks ago, our musical where we did 4 shows of the Addams Family, the end of the year band concert and awards tonight, and graduation on Saturday. So that was our year in review. I would like to take a moment to I will require all parents who helped in any capacity, volunteering, chaperoning, fundraising, anything that you did to support the program this year. Could you stand up so your kids can give you a round of applause, please? All parents who helped in any capacity, stand up. You supported your kid? Yes. Very, very great. And there's one parent that I would like to come up so we can present her with a bouquet of flowers. Jill Espitia, would you come on up here? So, I'm sure you know Jill, at least from a distance. Jill has done an amazing job leading our parent organization this year. And Jill is a pretty honest, direct person. She told me not long ago that when she first met me, she did not like me. And I didn't tell her this, but I didn't like her much either. And that's how it is sometimes. But when you get to know somebody over time, and you get to know what they're really about, I couldn't say enough good things about Jill's heart and where it is. It's always there for the kids, and not just her own kid, not just the jazz kids, but all the kids, and was always thinking about what can we do to improve this experience, and would say things like, I just want to make sure they have the best year they can possibly have. And then she would actually do stuff. Organize, fundraisers, make events happen, process paperwork, just anything that needed to be done, Jill was there to do it. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that this year would not have been what it has been without the work of Jill and her leadership of all of the parents. So thank you very much, Jill, for all you did for us. Also recognize the executive board of the Music Boosters. If you guys could stand, Their names are listed in the program: Carolyn and Nika and Brett and Christy, and you might be forgetting somebody. I can't see. Lori, also Lori. Yeah. So I asked about the board, like who is actually specifically on the executive board, and Lori is not actually on the board, but Lori showed up to everything and was always willing to help. Lori Reese, who was our jazz rep. So Jill wants to say some things, I think.
I think so. Okay. Thank you guys. This has been a wonderful year, and as Darin said, I really enjoyed being able to do things for the kids. These are wonderful kids. Every single one of these students just has such a great heart. And it's been my joy and it's been amazing for me. So thank you guys. Thanks to all you kids for being so great, okay? I promised you you'd have the best year, didn't I? Yep. So I'd like to talk about my board real quick and just recognize each one of them. I don't know if I want, maybe we could have them stand up or walk up here so that you could just say hi. I don't have anything in my hands right now to give them, but I do have things I'll probably pass on later. Anyhow, I want to talk about Carolyn. Carolyn, would you like to come up here? Where are you? Or you could stand. You could stand. This is Carolyn. Carolyn has been a wonderful vice president. Carolyn has contributed so much this year as vice president. She has always been available. If she sees something, if I'm getting overloaded or anything else is in need of extra help. She always steps up without hesitation and cheerfully completes the job quickly. Carolyn took on the heavy task of organizing and overseeing the SKMEA, the Snow King Festival this year in Edmonds, which is quite an undertaking. She also set up and runs the Sign Up Genius, our online registration for volunteers. I'm sure you're all aware of it. Carolyn also ensured that our Secretary of State filing was completed in a timely manner. In part, she's part of the review board that has been reviewing the bylaws to ensure things are more up to date. Carolyn is a strong force behind many things. Her calm, professional demeanor is refreshing, and she's what helps make things run more smoothly. I really appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much, Carolyn. And where is Christy? Christy, could you stand, please? Is she in here? There she is. The shadow partner. Christy is our treasurer. And Christy has worked extremely hard this year to ensure that our books were brought up to date and all of the ledgers were balanced. She did the obvious things like collect checks, make payments, and follow up with any invoices that were outstanding. She was relentless at finding additional monies for the music program. Christy organized the Santa breakfast, was instrumental in herding the cats during our Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival trip, and planned the Jazz One trip to Chicago. Amazing, amazing trip. Which was, I just said, amazing, an incredible adventure. On top of that, she also helped with rehearsal snacks and has organized all the concessions and end-of-year treats that you will soon be able to enjoy. Christy is bright and inquisitive and is always looking for ways to help. I appreciate Christy immensely, and I'm thankful for her hard work. Thank you, Christy. Is Nika here tonight? I can't see anybody. Is Nika here? There she is. Nika is our secretary. I've appreciated Nika throughout the year as she has had a very hectic schedule, yet still wanted to do anything she could to help. She was timely to show up for meetings and did an excellent job in creating agendas and taking notes. Her input was appreciative during planning meetings and provided good insight. She helped us think outside the box. Nika always stepped out of her own position to help in other areas such as the medal drive, concessions, and chaperoning. And as a busy sport mom, she put in a ton of effort to participate, and and she is very much appreciated. Thank you, Nika. Brett, would you care to stand? This is Brett. Gig coordinator, but he's also our tech person too. Brett not only is our gig coordinator, but stepped in to help as our tech person as well. Yeah. Brett revitalized our website and was able to rescue our domain. He helped immensely in running Facebook and Instagram communications. But biggest part is that he recorded each and every concert we had and took photos, then quickly uploaded and shared them with everyone. I think you're recording right now, aren't you? Brett also did an amazing job as gig coordinator and kept our combos extremely busy this year. Brett tended to get most of the work done at 3 o'clock in the morning, so we were all surprised to see updates and communications when we logged onto the emails early in the day. I didn't mention too much more about the gigs. Brett has put so much effort in going out into the community and advertising and getting our gigs and our combos and our kids out playing in the public. And not only is he giving our music group a bigger reputation, grander reputation, but he's giving these kids great experiences. So that's really appreciated. And they're making money on some of these gigs, so that's good too. Brett's work extends much deeper than just communications and all the other things. As he continues to grow the program in so many ways, I'm so thankful for his dedication to building our community. Brett's pleasing demeanor, and just being a male in general, helped balance our board. Thank you, Brett, for everything. And although not on the executive board, as Darin had mentioned, Lori has been a really busy parent as well. She's been at all the meetings, she shows up for everything. I'd like Lori to stand too, please. Lori is our jazz representative. However, I would say that she's much more than that. She's always been extremely dedicated to helping out Darin and the music program at the drop of a hat. If you mention that you were thinking about something, she's immediately on it to help out. Her energy and positive attitude make her a joy to be around. Lori planned the Santa breakfast, helped supply treats, and was always available to support at rehearsals and volunteer to chaperone at every event, or several events, probably every event. Lori also put together, in the course of 2 days, an amazing showcase for the students to express themselves in a safe, non-judgmental environment. She was able to bring in 25 kids to perform, and the amazing part was that the majority of them are not in the music program. And is always willing to raise her hand when there's a need for any support in general. Thank you, Lori, for going above and beyond every day. We have other parents that have also been very instrumental in, sorry about the pun there, instrumental in helping run this program. And there's quite a few of you. I would love to mention everybody's names, but just know that if I haven't talked about you tonight, know that you have meant so much to me and to our board. Your hearts are always in helping out. You're always willing to raise your hand. You're always willing to come out and help. And that's what made this year so successful, was all of you as well. So thank you very much, and I'm going to miss you all.
All right. We are going to give out some certificates now. So the first certificates that we are going to give out are letter awards. This is like a letter that is earned from participating in a varsity athletic event. season, they get a letter if they're on varsity and participate, and I think it's just participation based for a season. In band, when you're in for the entire year and you go above and beyond what is required for class, then that is recognized as being worthy of a letter. And that letter signifies to people that you have done that when you're applying for college. In the olden days, and still sometimes people get letterman's jackets, but that's not really what is significant about it. What it really says is that you've done something exceptional. Quite a few of our students lettered this year by earning 100 points. If they didn't earn a letter this year, those points will carry over to next year, and they will get a letter then as soon as they get 100 points. So we're going to go through these relatively quickly. If somebody wants to come up and help me hand them out, that would be awesome, and it will help us go a little faster. The first one is Abby Satala. Adrian Sorioto. Alistair Guthrie. Alan Vernon. Amanda Margot. Anna Speedy. Ashley Fly. Audrey Saxby. Come on, come on. Audrey Tan. Ben Doctor. Ben Marks. Benjamin Saxby. Bennett Harvey. Braden Ryder. Hayden Valdivia. Brody Reese. Colin Lean. Daisy Lewis. Danny Cortezo. Ethan William Holt. Gabrielle Espitia. Hayes Johnson. Jesse Blash. Josh Van Dazzy. Joshua Kim. Josie Allred. Justin Ho. Katerina Moya. Katie Whitman. Kaylee Miyamoto. Christopher Navarro. Liam Reese. Liam Tate. Madeline Bean. Merrick Welch. Maria Gaviola. Mark Tiersma. Marlo Gravender. Maya Finn. Nathaniel Ballard. Nigel Denke. Ollie Digdon. Owen Thorpe. Reese Innes. Runa Lockhart. Ryan Atchison. River Buckingham. Samuel Landsberger. Sean Stapleton. Seth Myers. Seth Tate. Simon Brannigan. Sophia Peugeot. Taylor Blank. Theo Cooksey. Travis Atchison. Trevor Winkler. Tyler Song. Wyatt Gutting. And Zachary O'Connell. Those are our letter award winners. Some of them are upperclassmen who earned points over a few years, even though we didn't really have enough activities last year to earn one. So we didn't do it for last year, but I counted points that that they could have gotten last year to give the letter this year. So congratulations to all our letter winners this year. We also give traditionally class awards, as I mentioned earlier, for each class. These are student voted awards. And give me 1 second here. By the way, I signed all those. Yeah. Every single one. Here we go. All right. I think I'm organized here. We're going to start with Symphonic Band, as voted by peers, which is great. Most outstanding musician goes to Adrian Suharjoto. We had a tie for most improved. A three-way tie. Bruna Locker. Kaylee Lewis. And our final most improved musician from Symphonic Band, Ollie Higdon. Ollie Higdon. Most inspirational in Symphonic Band, we also had a tie. I love it when it's like that. Catherine Woodman. Catherine Woodman. And Audrey Saxby. I think we'll go to Percussion Ensemble now. And if there are typos on these, let me know. I saw on Rivers that autocorrect I didn't catch. Changed his name. So this is says the wrong group, so we'll have to do another one. But most improved musician goes to Marlo Gravender from Percussion Ensemble. Most inspirational musician, Gabrielle Espitia. And most outstanding musician from Percussion Ensemble goes to Gabrielle Espitia. Okay, I think we'll do one of the jazz bands. This is Jazz Ensemble 2. Most improved musician from Jazz Ensemble 2 this year, Travis Herbert. Most inspirational musician from Jazz Ensemble 2, Nigel Denke. Most outstanding musician from Jazz Ensemble 2, Jesse Gouache. Back to chamber winds. Most improved musician, Atticus Sumabat. Most outstanding musician, Katerina Moya. And we had a tie for most inspirational. The first one is Danny Cortezo. And the other inspirational person, Madeline Bean. And lastly, Jazz Ensemble 1. Most improved musician, Nathaniel Ballard. Most inspirational musician, Ryan Atchison. Most outstanding musician this year from Jazz Ensemble 1, Ryan Atchison. Check my notes here. After the next two, after I announce those, I'll announce some Directors Awards. I ran out of time to make the certificates, so I'll get the certificates to you. But sometimes I like to do the Directors Awards for people in the class that maybe weren't recognized by their peers, but I felt like had an outstanding contribution. And so I'll do these, the two kind of big awards, and then we'll go back and get those director awards. So, the first one is the Louis Armstrong Award, which is given in high schools throughout the United States for a student who demonstrates outstanding everything in the area of jazz. Citizenship, band contribution, leadership, great playing. Just if you could clone this person, that's kind of what the award is recognizing. And this year's, and these are selected by me. This year's Louis Armstrong Award goes to Ryan Atchison. Award for outstanding kind of concert band or band contribution is called the John Philip Sousa Award, and this is the same. It's given in high schools throughout the United States. And this one was a little bit difficult because this person is also in the jazz band, but I felt that this would be a way to recognize this person's contribution, not just in the jazz arena, but also in the concert band arena and in drumline and overall great leadership in the program. It goes to Gabrielle Espitia. Okay, and so then I have, what is it, maybe, there's not a ton, but just a few kids that I felt like did some things that maybe their peers didn't recognize. And the first class is Jazz 2 that I would talk about just briefly. The first person is, how are we going to do this? Should I talk about him first? No, I'll announce the name and then I'll tell you why. Ben Doctor. You can stand up. I'll get the certificate for you. The reason I wanted to give Ben an award, recognition, was because Ben switched from euphonium, I guess, to slide trombone, and he's very, very enthusiastic. And we have a coach coming out. His name is Andrew Sumabat. He did what Andrew said in terms of buying the books and all that kind of stuff. He just was really always very eager to do that, and it's helpful in an ensemble to have somebody who's enthusiastic. But that's not why I gave him an award. I gave him an award because there was a point in the year where it didn't feel to me like they were necessarily following up anymore on what Andrew was telling them to do. And so I decided to redirect those resources to other things. And I haven't talked to Ben about this, but it felt to me that something shifted in Ben, and he got on the case, and his playing has just taken off since that time. And I really, really think that's great. So congratulations to you, Ben. That's The other person in Jazz 2 that I think needs a little bit of recognition is Brody Reese. Stand up. And what I found compelling about Brody was that he was not in jazz band last year. He played in symphonic band, and this year he's in Jazz 2. And sometimes I do this intentionally sometimes, and sometimes it's because I haven't had time, but I don't distribute the parts. I don't say first part, second part, third part all the time. And somehow Brody ended up with a lot of first parts. His first time in Jazz 1, and he was sharing the spot a little bit with other people, but he just really rose to the occasion, and his playing, again, took off. So that's what I wanted to recognize Brody for. Thank you, Brody. I'd like to move to Percussion Ensemble. The first person is Ashley Fly. Ashley always knows all the parts. Always. The first one to know the parts, delivers the parts all the time, plays them enthusiastically. You probably saw her tonight playing in the Percussion Ensemble piece as well as the other ones. Good reader, good rhythm, plays in Cascade Youth Symphony, and is just a really, really awesome contributor to our class. Thank you, Ashley. The next person is Merrick Welch. Merrick has taken on great leadership in Percussion Ensemble. He's the go-to person for distributing parts, making sure it's fair, making sure they're parts that people can play. He's always enthusiastic, helpful, kind. Just is really great to have in that class. Thank you, Merrick, for your contribution. This next one, the last one, is a little weird. I've never done this before. But the way I choose these director awards, I look at who got recognized, and even if I think that also that person should get a director's award, usually I don't do it, because I figure, well, they got recognized, that's good. And then I try to find those spots. So I was looking at class lists, who got recognized, and I was about to give a whole bunch of director awards, and I decided I was just going to give a director award to all of Jazz 1. You all get a director award. So stand up. And I guess I just want to, I'll keep it brief. I feel like I need to explain a little bit, and I know, I'm a parent too. Last year I went to Roosevelt's end of the year concerts. If you think this is long, the orchestra concert was 6 hours. It had 3 intermissions. They served food at the intermission. So, be kind to me. The band end of the year concert was 5 hours. And they didn't even play, it was skits. Yeah, tell me about it. Anyway, so Jazz 1, we had some very, very challenging moments where things did not go right for us. Like, we really were, it didn't even occur to us, really, that we wouldn't get into Hot Java Cool Jazz. It was so shocking. And then we buckled down, we're like, okay, well, whatever, screw those guys. We're gonna show them they made a mistake, and we're gonna rally, we're gonna practice harder, we're gonna get into Essentially Ellington, and then when they have these bands at Hot Java Cool Jazz at the Paramount, we'll be going like, ha, you should have had us there. And then they announced who got into Essentially Ellington, and we're like, But what was so great, and I referenced it earlier, was the way that the band responded to these things, and the way they rallied around each other. I just have really never seen anything quite like that before. People were upset, and rightly so, and some had regrets, and some had no regrets, and everything in between. But there was something that happened, just the way they responded to that moment, and then it kept kind of happening. It really struck me at our last jazz concert of the year, where there were so many individuals in that band who they're not like outstanding stars or something, Like when you think about the soloists in Jazz 1, the people who kind of can carry the moment, you think about Ryan, and you think about Braden, and you think about Gabby, and there's certain people you just go, yeah. But at our final jazz concert, it was like all the kind of unsung heroes who had solos and made those tunes really happen. And that's when I was thinking about that. It's like, man, everybody really needs to be recognized. People like Tyler Song, who sits on the end of the section and nails his part all the time, but very rarely has a solo. It's so great. And that's true of all of them. So congratulations to Jazz 1 for your director award. At this time, we are almost there, folks. So we do have a senior slideshow that we're going to do after this next portion. This next portion is me inviting seniors up, giving them what I call a senior award. For most people, it's for participating in band all 4 years in high school. But we have a student, I think just one student, who took some time off and then came back, which is awesome. It just doesn't happen very often. And that person also will be receiving a senior award, obviously. We have 14 seniors this year, and so I'm going to call the name. They can come up, you can clap for them, and then if they would like, it's optional, but they can share with you what their post-high school plans are. They can also briefly share something that they would like to share with you. So, here we go. Gabrielle Espitia. And I do believe, when the seniors are done talking, there are some things over here for you that the music boosters have put together. We have cords that you can wear at graduation to recognize your participation in music. We also have a, like a, what's that hat, you know, the graduation hat? Is it just called a cap? No, it's a mortarboard. Ooh. And some bubbles, I think. Okay, Gabriel.
Okay. Oh, whoa. I've never spoken into this mic before. It's my first time speaking in the theater. Oh, shoot, I don't like it. I'm just gonna talk. You guys hear me? No? Okay. I know. Thanks. Yeah, it's really loud. Okay. Sorry, that's all I'm thinking about. So my post-high school plans, I will be attending Central Washington University and studying music education. I might transfer somewhere else after 2 years. Where? I've got two options, either, what's it called? Berkeley College of Music, or USC Thornton, like that's the music school for University of Southern California. I just want to thank Mr. Faul for all he's done the last 4 years and inspiring me to want to be a music educator.
Nathaniel Ballard. Sorry. Come on.
I'm not gonna bother. Thank you. Faul. I'm going to Washington State University. I'm going to be studying engineering is what I'm currently applied to, but the dream is to do music education there too, so yeah. I have a bad tendency to talk a lot but not really say anything. And I don't want to do that here. And I don't really know what I have to really say. I'm still processing everything. But I do know that I'm very, very, very thankful for everything that everybody has done, and especially Mr. Faul. So, thank you.
Rico Arriaga. Rico. By the way, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. You do. Sorry.
Hi. I'm going to Edmonds College, I was considered, and then UW. I'm going to study accounting, finance, so if you need financial advice, you can come and I just wanted to thank Mr. Faul for 4 years of just a great community in the school. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ben Saxby.
I'm going to Washington State University to study engineering.
Braden Valdivia. Braden.
Who said that?
University, and I'm planning on studying psychology or music education. I just want to say this program and community means everything to me, and I really want to thank all of you guys for being part of it. It's been a great year. Thank you.
Mark Tiersma.
So I'll be going to Evergreen State College to study education. Mostly I'm going there for running though, but don't tell anybody. And then after a year I'll go to Western Washington. Sorry. Yeah. And though I may not be doing further music education, these last 4 years and previous years of music, it's been really impactful in my life, and yeah, thank you, Mr. Faul.
Ryan Atchison.
In the fall, I will be attending the Hampton School of Music at the University of Idaho to study music ed and saxophone performance. I don't have too much to say, except, well, I think I let the horn do most of the talking for me this year. And yeah, ever since freshman year, I've kind of been a wide-eyed high schooler. I was trying to learn as much as I could from as many people as possible. I had so many great mentors at the time, and now I'm that mentor, right? So it's given me an opportunity to lead and to teach and discover that I love teaching, which is why I'm going into music education. And I've met a great group of people. It's been phenomenal. I've loved this year, and I think I'm going to leave it in good hands.
Seth Myers.
I will be studying engineering at the University of Washington, Seattle. I also usually have a lot to say, but I'll keep it short because we have a lot of people. Mr. Faul and all the volunteers who made the band program possible. This year has been such an amazing experience. Last 4 years of high school, this has been the best year because of everyone in the band. Everyone who's helped make it happen. So thank you all for that. And thank you, Mr. Faul.
Tyler Song.
I'm going to Western Washington University next year to study business administration.
Tyler Blomquist.
So I'll be attending the University of Washington Bothell to study computer engineering. And I just want to say that y'all are pretty cool people in the band program. Yeah.
Trevor Winkler.
I'm going to Montana State University next year to study kinesiology.
Colin Lean.
I'll be studying architecture at Washington State University. I just want to say that some of the experiences I've had in band have been some of the highlights of my life, and that's all thanks to Mr. Faul. So, yeah.
Josh Bandazzi. Josh.
So my plan is to go to Edmonds and then UW to learn about environmental science. And I'd like to thank Mr. Faul for a great 4 years, and glad to have met you guys.
And last but not least, Ryo Chia. Some people don't want hugs. It's okay.
Alright, so in the fall, I'll be going to UW Seattle to study computer science. Yeah, so just real quick, I want to thank absolutely everyone here and Mr. Faul for the amazing 3 years. Everyone here has certainly left an impact on me. I would not be the person I am today without you guys.
So, folks, we are coming to the end here, and we have a slideshow that Jill put together that features. It's a senior slideshow, so we get to see these 14 people. While she's doing that, I would just say, it's not easy. It's not easy to stay in music. There's lots of times that are challenging where you want to quit. It's just hard. And that's why it's so beneficial, just working through that stuff. We have schedule issues, and these kids in particular, they navigated COVID, online school, band. I mean, it's worth celebrating. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all these pictures that you guys sent in.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm must have done it half a dozen times. I wonder if it's too late. Should I go back and try to graduate? Life's better now than it was back then. If I was then, I wouldn't be.
Take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Thank you, Jill, for putting that together. And we would like to invite you to join us in the hub downstairs. I think there are some refreshments there. But that pretty much concludes our program. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Really appreciate it. It's been a great year. Thank you.
I have something very quick I want to get your attention. We need to talk about Darin just briefly. And Darin, you have been an amazing leader, teacher, friend to all of us, and you have made our experiences here the best. I'm going to make it brief just because we have to close the building pretty soon, but we'd like to give you just a couple little things. And thank you for giving us the year of our lives, for giving us the motivation, the kind words, and for being such a nice person. And I like you, I really do.
Thank you all very much.